Welcome to my 5-day adventure in Jeju Island. I did tons of hiking, sightseeing, and just taking in amazing natural scenery. I arrived here on Thursday night from Seoul. I spent Thursday night in Jeju City. On Friday, I hired a car to start my loop around the island. On Friday night, I spent it in Seogwipo. On Saturday, I explored the waterfalls and then spent the night in Jeju City so that on Sunday I could attempt to summit Hallasan, the highest peak in South Korea. On Sunday, I spent it again in Jeju City because I was flying out to Busan on Monday. So watch this video. I explain my itinerary in detail and hope you enjoy and subscribe.
Having a local dish. It's abalone hot pot, and abalone it's like seafood from Jeju Island speciality, and I think it tastes like calamari from what I've heard. Oh, there's some shrimp in here, so everything is seafood. And yeah, let's dig in some side dishes with some rice. Let's see how it is. Welcome to Hamdeok beach on Jeju Island, South Korea. Beautiful, clean, pristine beach with hikes everywhere, and I'm actually gonna do one now up that hill. Check out the views over there, and behind me there's a lot of restaurants for seafood, coffee shops, bakeries, etc. Check how clean and clear the water is. One of many beaches in Jeju Island. Let's see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna stand? What is that? Yeah, he's standing. Let's see if we can zoom in. Here's a really another cool, quieter, more hidden away beach. Approaching the peak, and let me just show you some of the trail, single track. I'm doing like a loop, so I'm going up this way. After a summit, I'll come down a different way. I made it to the peak, and there's many other different peaks on this island. It's perfect choice. There's some graves over here. Maybe it has to do with the war. But yeah, beautiful, nice flat ground at the summit. Usually it's quite difficult to find flat ground at the summit, but I mean, this is lovely. There's benches. It's great. Look how pretty those flowers are. Beautiful. Now I worked out a sweat, so I'm gonna go cool down in the beach. There's the sun. Here's the views going up to the mountain. Look, there's a sign saying welcome. You see it? So here we are at the top. It took like 18 minutes and it's around half a kilometer. They charge 5,000 won to climb it. Honestly, I don't think it's worth paying 5,000 when you can climb like Hallasan for free. And there's many of these other mountains I've climbed. Like that's one there, you can climb it for free, so I don't think it's really worth the price. I think after 6 PM it's free, and maybe before 6 AM it's free, then it'll be worth it, because then you can see the sunrise. Otherwise 5,000 is a lot for an 18-minute hike. It's still very beautiful though, but yeah, definitely not worth the price. Okay, so I came, I conquered, I saw the beautiful views. I guess it was worth it. Oh, here's a small beach over here. And now I'm heading back down. This is a stamping box. If you're doing the Jeju Oli Trail, which is a 22 part, then each section, after you're done, you stamp it. And I think after you stamp a certain amount, you get like a reward or like a certificate. I'm not sure if you can virtually stamp it, but no, I think you still physically stamp it. The honesty box. So if you want, I think tangerine, which grows in this area, you pay 3,000 and you just put the money in there. And in front is a castle. No one's sure who built it. Here is the viewpoint of Jeju Island. I'm going to explain this to you. So Jeju Island is divided into 22 hiking routes. This is route number 6. And in total it's 437 kilometers. I don't have the time to do it. It takes like a month to hike the whole thing, and you're really spoiled for choice because it hugs the ocean. Sometimes it goes inland. Sometimes it even goes to these other islands, these small islands like in front of me. Let me show it to you. There. And you get to see like cool waterfalls, and it's just really stunning. So if you're into hiking and you love mountains and the coast, then Jeju Island has it all. Waterfalls as well. You can stay at luxurious accommodation, you can take a tent. So you have many options. You can do parts of the trail, use public transport to get to other parts, drive around in small sections. There's another viewpoint. Let me show it to you. There, along the coast. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to another waterfall, and I think this one falls directly into the ocean. So here is a waterfall that falls directly into the ocean. I think there's only 19 of them in the world. South Africa has 2. So that's pretty cool. I think it's called Jeongbang Falls. Beautiful, eh? So here's the up-close video of the waterfall, and let me show it to you going into the ocean. There's the ocean on the left, and in front is an island. So yeah, really beautiful. This cool rock formation. How it happened was through volcanic eruption, and that's the remains of it. It's called Oedolgae, something of that sort. And next I'm going to see where all the waves crash. Here, because it's much quieter, where I was earlier, people were taking so long to take a picture, and yeah, it was a bit frustrating. Here it's much more peaceful. And I was making a quick video explaining the rock formation, and then they come trouble me, but they take like so long just to take pictures. I was just there for like 10 seconds just to make a quick video. So much more quieter over here. So yeah. Really loving Jeju. So peaceful, and I'm glad that I'm spending more time here than in Seoul, because the whole point of this trip was for hiking and nature, and Jeju's so laid back and so chilled. Ideal for driving around, doing some hikes, swimming, just taking it easy. And you know, the best thing about South Korea is that it's visa free for South Africans, and Jeju Island in particular is visa free for a lot of countries. Like for example, I met someone from Indonesia, and for Indonesians, Jeju Island is visa free for them, but they can't go into mainland South Korea. So yeah, there is an international airport to Jeju, so it's very accessible. Highly recommend Jeju Island coming to South Korea. Perfect time to visit Jeju, because as of today till the 26th, entrance fee for many of these places are free. You don't need to pay, so you save a lot. See, it says free admission. Usually you pay like 2,000, 4,000, 5,000. So that's great. I am winning. Some cool viewing decks over here. Let me show you more. So you can see the rocks maybe splash on this rock when it's high tide. See if I can zoom in. It's not too bad right now. And some more cool rock cliffs. And there's a beach straight ahead. Let me see if I can zoom into the beach for you. There you go. That's a beautiful beach. Jeju Island is popular. It's popular for 2 things. Tangerine and peanuts. So yesterday I had a peanut ice cream, it was delicious. Today I'm having a tangerine one. Also delicious. I think I prefer peanut though. So here's a map of Jeju, and I'm going to explain to you my route, what I've done so far and what I plan to do. So I always wanted to come to Jeju to summit the highest peak in South Korea, which is this mountain in the middle, this volcano. It's called Hallasan. So there's two major cities in Jeju. There's Jeju City and Seogwipo. So when you fly into Jeju City. That's where the airport is. So everyone has to come to Jeju City. However, I personally feel like most of the nature and waterfalls are here at Seogwipo. So I hired a car from Jeju City and I'm doing a loop. So yesterday, I did summit this at Seoubong Peak. Yesterday I made my way to a beach, a really beautiful beach called Hamdeok beach. That's when I had lunch, and then I made a lot of stops along here. There's an interesting museum called Jeju Island Museum. It's about how the woman over here free dive to get like the food. And then I did a summit of Sunrise Peak, and across that is a popular small island called Oedolgae. You can take a ferry. I haven't been there. And then Sunrise Peak, I actually did it at sunset. So then I started making my way down. This part was dark, but there's not many stops along here. And then I spent the night at Seogwipo. And then this morning, I did the waterfalls at Seogwipo. I can show you the falls over here. I did this one over here, which is the major one that goes into the ocean. And I went to this one here as well, which is like basically next to it. There are other falls as well. At the moment, I'm over here by the column. So from here, got back into my car, and where I am now is here, the column joint. And then I'm going to continue my drive, and maybe I'll do a hike over here and then continue it. And I heard there's a really beautiful beach over here and here, Hyopjai beach. And then tomorrow my plan is to summit Jeju Island. So most likely I'm going to stay somewhere near Jeju Island, which is ideally I'd like to stay over here. There's two entrances, so my plan is to park my car here and then take like a taxi and start the hike over here from Seongpanak, summit via Seongpanak, and then descend via Gwanimsa. That's where my car is. And then tomorrow I have one more night, and because I drove around everywhere, I will then make a decision, probably my favorite beach, and spend a night somewhere near the favorite beach. And I plan to do this early so that I can swim afterwards. And then after I do my loop, I will be able to decide on which beach I'm going to spend my final night in. And that sums it up. And if you do the entire hike, it's like 437 kilometers. And it's broken down into different small sections. There's also a lot of museums over here on this map. And yeah, that basically sums up. There's a lot to do in Jeju Island, especially if you're into nature. This is Yeongsan Beach, one of the best beaches in Jeju. It rained a bit last night, so the sand's a bit wet. It's a very, very stunning beach, and I'm taking this video from a viewing deck. So this is where I'm taking it from. And then if you look behind me, there's some coffee shops, and behind me is the actual beach. At the moment is apparently Jeju's oldest volcano. So we're just walking around it. It's quite busy for quite an okayish place. Maybe people are here for the significance of it, but definitely not the best of views. Okay, so now I'm at the summit of Mount Sonag, and I think there's some craters over here which I'm going to look for. Cool panoramic views. It's a bit windy, but still very beautiful. So guys, very cold. Been raining throughout. Thank God I got my rainproof jacket. When I started this morning, the trail was closed because I think of the wind, but I looked at the live report and I think it's open now, so hopefully it doesn't get too windy again. But yeah, here we are, heading towards the summit. Not even halfway as yet. Not even a quarter way with return. I'm now at a quick rest point on my way to the highest peak in Korea, and it's been raining throughout and it's so cold. Just the other day I was swimming in the beach and today it's so cold. And we have to go there and we're gonna go back in the rain, you see? So yeah. Look how wet the trails are. We'll definitely get soaked. Luckily I'm wearing merino wool socks, so they still retain the heat when wet. But yeah, very interesting. I'm the only foreigner on this trail. I think most people slept on it literally. At a small lake in the crater, and because it's raining it's quite full. So the views aren't that great. Apparently from here you can see the east ridge of Hallasan. However, I'm summiting this just for the sense of achievement, because if I do summit, it'll be the 7th country which I've summited the highest mountain of that country. So yeah, today is just about the sense of achievement. And it's not too much about the views. I was lucky that from the day I arrived here, I had good weather. It's only today the weather's not that great. So maybe after this, I wanted to go to the beach, but it's very cold today. So maybe I'll just go check out some museums, stay indoors. The cut-off time is to get to the shelter by 11:30. You can start the hike from 5 AM, and then I think to the summit you have to be there either by 2 or 1. So the cut-off time is 11:30 now for 6 months of the year, but the other 6 months it's 12:30. So let's see what time I get there. So I made it here in 9:30, still 2 more hours, but they closed it. And honestly, I feel like it's still doable. Yesterday was windy. Today's not that windy. I don't know. Like, we did most of it. It's just a 2-kilometer push, and they closed it. So that's very disappointing, because I parked my car on the other side, and now I don't know how I'm going to reach my car. On top of that, can't find my car key. So yeah, not great.
So about the car key, when I left my car in the first parking lot, I met an American teacher who I started talking to, and he was there to drop his wife off who wanted to do the hike. So he gave me a lift to the other parking lot where I started, and that's when I realized that, oh no, my key must have fell out in his car, and his baby actually found my key. So luckily when I got back to the car park, he was there waiting for his wife. So thank God I didn't lose the car key, and I managed to recover it.
This is where I rented my car from, Angel Cars. Really cheap, like $20 only. Way cheaper than using these search engines. Reason why it's so cheap, so what I usually do is I use Google Maps and I type in car rentals and I read through the reviews and I translate it if it's not in English. And that's how you get the best local deals, because everyone over here is Korean. I'm the only non-Korean. Foreigners don't come here because they don't speak that good English over here. However, the prices are what the locals pay. So if you want something cheap, come to Angel Car. I was quite happy with them. I literally paid like half the price of what like foreigners pay. And check the fleet out. They have a massive fleet, and things are so safe over here. When you come get your car, the keys are in it. They just tell you where to go collect it from. So yeah, that's a car hack. And in Jeju Island, oh, definitely get a car.
Does the car hide? Make sure to download Navi for navigation, because Google Maps doesn't work, and also Navi tells you where all the cameras are, because sometimes you'll be driving in a 50-kilometer zone and all of a sudden it'll drop to 30 kilometers because there's a school nearby.